Hello and welcome to day 3 of the 7-day Accelerator for Joy and Genius. I am your host for this blessed journey, Anahata. I am the channel of assisting frequencies known as the Anahata codes, which are the law of attraction of energy medicine. Each day, you will have access to a 5 to 10 minute audio which will frame your joy and unlock your genius. Now don't worry, if you miss any day, you can circle back at the end of the journey because it is non-linear. We will explore and examine the same truths from various vantages over the course of our time together in order to build new habits and defaults which align with our optimal experience and ignite joy in order to inspire us into action towards realizing and executing our potent purpose. We've talked about the importance of centering in the eternal now moment and that all pain is due to the wanting for something to be other than it is. That when we live in the past, we invite states of non-forgiveness to cycle around and around, including but not limited to guilt, regret, resentment, grievances, sadness, bitterness, and the like, and that the activation of default thought patterns involving your painful past merely ensures their continuation. Likewise, that if we project into the future our anxiety, unease, tension, stress, worry, it also causes us to fragment our now moment and any chance of peace. Living in stress response keeps us locked in patterns of pain where we are unable to see past our problems in order to invite new circumstances into our lives. I proposed a solution which I call flipping the resistance, which allows you to center in the now and accept what is occurring without trying to change it. Then, merely editing the way we view what it is that is happening in order to give it new meaning which aligns with harmonious flow and optimal experience of life as it unfolds. In this way, any obstacle can be met with optimism and gratitude for the clarity and challenge it has uncovered. A blessed opportunity to make edits to the limiting beliefs and programs we have been playing that are commanding forth a less than desirable future. So the key is to get into the flow of life by working with it, not against it, by honoring what arises and valuing it. But there is another key: living on the edge of your comfort zone, where you are continually challenged but not overwhelmed, where you are capable of the task at hand, but it stretches you into new planes of existence, where you are neither bored nor anxious. This will ensure that you are centered in the now moment and not living the past or projecting the future. It will also give you little doses of the reward drug that goes by the name dopamine, which will help you remain motivated and ignite passion about life, simultaneously filling you with reasons to find new ways to succeed for yourself and the collective, also known as your genius. Author Csikszentmihalyi has studied states of flow and was the first to coin it as such. He asked, what makes an experience enjoyable? And uncovered that it is when we are in a conscious state of flow in which we can tap into joy, creativity, purpose, and total involvement in our life. His research provided some beautiful pointers in our quest to live in the eternal now while being open to edits and growth. I'm going to distill them down for us now. This information will greatly improve your life and the satisfaction you are able to experience in each moment as it unfolds. In doing so, it will open you up to your potent purpose, because when we are in states of flow, we unlock our creative potential and are open to receiving inspiration and even divine downloads. We can transcend our subconscious minds and dip into the superconscious, which is our sixth sense, beyond our physical senses. A quote from Csikszentmihalyi: "In our studies, we found that every flow activity, whether it involved competition, chance, or any other dimension of experience, had this in common. It provided a sense of discovery, a creative feeling of transporting the person into a new reality. It pushed the person to higher levels of performance and led to previously undreamed of states of consciousness. In short, it transformed the self by making it more complex. In this growth of self lies the key to flow activities." So again, we must be present in each moment, and nothing turns on our automation of fear or ignites our reptilian brains more than two things: boredom or anxiety. When we are overqualified for the task at hand, or we consider it mundane and lacking excitement, our minds tend to wander. This wandering inevitably takes us into the past or the future, which then activates what Eckhart Tolle calls psychological time, and we are no longer present. Our energy is split. We are wishing for something other than what is, and that is when our pain emerges. Likewise, if something is just too challenging and we don't feel we have the skills to meet the challenge, fear gets activated and we begin to become anxious about what is occurring. We begin to divert to thinking about all the things that could go wrong, and once again, we find ourselves in the psychological time, this time in the future. Certainly, states of flow are not reached when we are overwhelmed. And so, we must seek to ride the edge where boredom meets anxiety, but not dipping into either, where we are challenged but not overwhelmed, where we are engaged but not bored. With that in mind, here are 9 ways to evoke states of flow, to ride the edge of the wave, where our skills are met with challenge. This is the recipe for satisfying growth in all areas of our lives. And these don't have to be epic challenges. They can be simple tasks that you just want to accomplish, like washing dishes or doing administrative work. So the 9 ways to evoke states of flow. 1, frame your goals, both big and small. If you aren't sure where you're headed, you won't get there. And it's either going to cause boredom or anxiety. So both large and granular goals are required in order to receive rewards along the way. And what I mean by rewards is I mean your neurochemistry activating your feel-good hormones, including dopamine. So don't forget about the little goals so that you can actually receive your rewards and accomplish them. Otherwise, if you only have one large goal, you will probably burn out on your way with no reward. 2, find a way to receive immediate feedback as to how you're doing. This should be fairly easy if you frame your goals. Again, when you break your larger goals into smaller ones, you'll be able to see if you're meeting your goals or not. 3, you are neither overqualified or underqualified. Your skills are matched well where you must try, but simultaneously won't be overwhelmed. 4, the merging of action and awareness. When you can use the skills you have to accomplish your goals, your actions become your awareness. You are totally absorbed by the activity. 5, distractions dissipate. The clearly structured demands of the activity impose order and exclude any interference of disorder to enter your consciousness. 6, You have no fear of failure. Through surrendering to the task at hand, given the skills you know you have to accomplish it, fear of failure disappears and a sense of calm and confidence emerges. 7, you lose yourself. When in states of flow, you are no longer concerned with the self and you become selfless. You aren't concerned about how others see you or how you view yourself. There's little room for the self to be threatened because your skills are matched to the task and you are winning due to the match and stretching of your goals within your capabilities. Number 8, time bends. When in states of flow, seconds can feel like hours and hours go by in mere seconds. So the container of traditional time is bent when you're in the flow. And number 9, the activity and person becomes autotelic. So that's where we're going to spend the rest of our time today describing what it means to be autotelic, so you can see how states of flow would bring this complexity and expansion. Quote, the autotelic self is one that easily translates potential threats into enjoyable challenges and therefore maintains its inner harmony. A person who is never bored, seldom anxious, involved with what's going on, and in the flow most of the time may be said to have an autotelic self. Basically, the autotelic self transforms the mundane into a state of flow. And when in flow, you can derive deep satisfaction and unlock inspiration aligned with your potent purpose, which will also be revealed. So, by setting goals, becoming immersed in every activity, paying attention to what's happening, and learning to enjoy immediate experiences for the sake of the experience rather than the destination, you will begin to train up your defaults and expand into new levels of consciousness and satisfaction. To live in flow is to create harmony. And when things are harmonious, you will unlock your genius. But it will take building new habits and lots of repetition. I am certain this segment has helped in that. At the end of our 7-day journey, you will have the opportunity to take a 6-month guided journey into states of flow and unlocking your potent purpose, then delivering it to the world. If your goal is health, more meaningful relationships, abundance, or potent purpose, and anywhere in between, how you do one thing is how you do everything. You will have the opportunity to train your best as default. I believe in you. You are here, you are loved, and you are a gift to the world. Let's get in the flow. Until another now, be well.